Hey everybody, it's Tim Miner, and I am excited for this batch of the Biscuit Blitz with one of my absolute favorite Charlotteans, a mainstay of the music community in Charlotte, who is coming off a major event this last weekend. I've talked enough. I'm going to kick it over to my friend John Tosco. John, tell us who you are, what you do in Charlotte, and how long you've lived in the Queen City.
Hi, Tim. I'm John Tosco, and I'm the founder and executive director of Tosco Music, a nonprofit for the last 20 years here in Charlotte. I've lived in Charlotte for the last 35 years. And we just had our first ever virtual Tosco Music Party. We put on 5 events with Blumenthal Performing Arts at Night Theater every year. Our variety music showcases, and we did a 1 hour abbreviated TMP, we call it, this past weekend.
Okay, I think you're being humble because it was like this event on Saturday was absolutely incredible. It featured music talent from across Charlotte and the country, people because you've pulled in so many different acts at different stages of their careers through the history of TMP, and that was all on display on Saturday night. That just absolutely blew me away, and you should be really proud. I mean, I Tosco Music. I love your tagline is music that moves you. I think people are really in need of that right now, and Saturday night was a really moving experience.
Well, and the power of music, it sounds corny, but it's undeniable. And the healing power of music, especially in times like this, we need it more than ever. And it was a way for us to give back to the music community. The musicians, local and regional and national artists, have come and done our shows, and we've facilitated that connection between the performers and the listeners over all these years, where there's something for everyone, and that's the point, is what we all looking for, what we have in common. And so with all the different varieties of genres, if you have a little bit of everything, like a musical buffet, there's something for everyone where we can all come together at the same time. And so we wanted to find a way to give back, and this was our way to do that by gathering. We had 11 different acts. Everybody did one song, and it was, again, different styles of music, and local and regional and national talent. And it was a wonderful gift that those musicians gave us, and so many people tuned in from not just in this area, but literally all over the world. We had people tuning in from Indonesia and Ireland and London and France, and as well as California and New York and Nashville. And it was just so cool how other people were being aware of this special thing that we have right here in Charlotte.
Absolutely. All right, so you and I have now this is, I guess, it's my show, so I can fudge the rules if I want. But that was we gave you a nice, generous intro because I can't cut you off. I love hearing you talk. But now we're going to go to the dreaded clock.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Okay.
John, I think that for everything you've done for Charlotte, you deserve all the extra minutes over 5 minutes that you can get. We're going to hit this down.
Count
There
down.
we go. So, we talked about what you did. I'd love to hear more about how it came together, because a lot of people will, they'll watch a live production or they'll watch a digital production and not really see all the effort and strategy and people that had to work on that. So tell us about this virtual TMP and kind of what you went through.
Well, it is a team effort. We had a team of people doing on the production side, as well as all the technical aspects and the artistic aspects. We normally do 5 shows a year, as I said, and one of them would have been in April, and we had to cancel that. We've also canceled our June event coming up, our Fab Fest Beatles event, and so we were like, we need to do something, and we, of course, there's this wonderful organization, Music Everywhere Charlotte, Music Everywhere CLT, and so they have established the Charlotte Musicians Community COVID-19 Relief Fund, and we wanted to be part of that. So we are now in partnership with them and Fair Play Charlotte. The proceeds from the donations that we received last weekend will go to support Charlotte musicians and people in the music community. So that would also be venues and sound engineers, etc. So it's a great way to give back.
Well, I think you've hit it. There's so many people that are affected by this, right? It's not obviously the musicians, but it's the sound techs, it's the mixers, it's the recording studios, it's the venues where they play, the restaurants that they play in, events they play. I mean, so there's just so many people that are wanting to get involved and do this. So that leads to a question. Not everybody, can put on an event the way that you can, but how can the average Charlottean help the music industry in Charlotte in big ways and small? What are some action items they could do to kind of be of assistance?
Well, obviously supporting the musicians financially more than anything. So buying their music, or many of them are doing live stream shows on a regular basis, and you can find out about those through the Music Everywhere CLT website, which has Music Anywhere, where they are posting all of these live streams. And these musicians have tip jars out where you could send a Venmo payment or PayPal, and that's the most tangible way to put some money in their pockets, because many of them, this is their sole source of income, and even the ones who aren't, they're out of work with their other job too. So, we know a lot of people are suffering, but this is one aspect of the community that we don't want to forget.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
This has been a challenging time, but I think we've also seen people rise to the challenge. What are some qualities or some attitudes that you've seen pop up during stay at home and the COVID outbreak regarding Charlotte music that you hope kind of resonates long past this crisis?
Wow. It's not just the music community, it's the community at large. There seems to be this connection that we're all having. I know that in my own personal life, I'm more in touch with my own family members now than I was before, because we're doing weekly Zoom calls. And there seems to be this, like, hey, we're all in this together, and we'll get through this together. And I just wanted to reach out. So, a lot of times it's more video now with the Zoom than it is just a phone call or a text. And I really, I anticipate that will continue, that we'll all have a better appreciation for what we had. The saying, you don't know what you got till it's gone. So when we can't get together, next time I get to give you a hug, Tim, in person, I'm going to give you that bear hug. All
right, I'll take it. I have not had a Tosco bear hug in a long time. Yeah. All right, well, did you know, and I need to close out by asking, did you know that after TMP was over, Councilman Tark Bakari just was so moved that he actually played a concert in his rec room for his wife for Mother's Day?
I love it.
Opened for Tark Bakari.
That's great. That's what it's all about, and our next one, I'm sure we'll incorporate some sing-alongs in there. So get everybody singing together.
That is a thing that is such a signature of TMP. The sing-along has to happen. Yeah. That would be a beautiful thing. Well, thank you for everything that you've done for Charlotte and for the community in the last couple of weeks. But just going back to the 80s, you have championed our creative prowess for decades, and you're a gift to the city, John. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. You're a pro too. Look at that. Boom. Nice job. We'll talk to you again soon.
Take care.
Take care.
Bye now.